Hey guys, welcome back to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be watching the 1930 musical comedy Madame Satan. This is a film by director Cecil B. DeMille, one of the most famous directors of the early sound era, the color era. I think I've only seen one or two DeMille films in my entire life. As far as DeMille goes, he doesn't usually do my typical genre, the kind of movies that I like to watch personally. And so I've never really felt the need to watch his movies, but I was intrigued by the concept of this one, I guess. The movie is about a socialite housewife who is losing her grip on her husband as he is philandering around town. She decides to adopt a sensuous, devilish persona to try and win him back. I'm sure we've seen one version or another of this movie before, but I don't know if you've ever seen this kind of movie as helmed by Cecil B. DeMille. I am anxious, I am eager, I am very scared to find out what this movie will look like. I'm sure it'll be pretty. I don't know how coherent it will be. But yeah, without further ado, let's watch Madame Satan. And before we get started, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. Oh, Mitchell Leisen. Interesting. He was known for his collaboration with a lot of female lead types like Barbara Stanwyck.
Brown, I found that powder puff in Mr. Brooks' roadster. How do you explain it?
I use it for polishing a nickel.
Okay.
Martha, is it worthwhile for a wife to break her back to please her husband?
It's impossible to please a husband, madam.
Ooh, cameraman slipped up. It's not doing a good job on those stairs.
It ain't gonna rain no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. It ain't gonna rain no more.
So by 1960, it was shocking to show a toilet flushing in a movie, but in 1931, you could show two men showering together.
I hope the business went well.
Well, you don't know the half of it. Huh?
Too sweet to call your bluff?
You're right.
She is too sweet. You know, I wish she'd throw something at me.
Yeah? So do I.
Men want a little bit of a Hellcat, I guess, even back in the 30s. Establishing the primary theme, I guess, or tension that will be explored in the movie. The doting, devoted housewife versus the hellion that a man dreams after, lusts after.
I don't see how you can run around with a Jane like Trixie when you've got a wife like that. I crave warm affection, and all I get is frozen justice.
I married you loving you. But the moment we were married, you ceased being my pal and became just my wife.
Oh, Bob, you can't playing like a couple of kids.
It's Gone Girl.
Why not?
And this is a really nice staging
Honestly,
to have them
darling,
have a conversation
I am sorry.
facing in opposite directions. They're
What good
just
did it do
never
to
on the
be
same
sorry?
page.
I just decided to leave, coldly and logically.
Yes, that's you all over. Cold logic.
You don't know what marriage means.
Oh, yes, I do. It's a schoolroom, and you're the teacher.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Bob. Oh, Bob.
It's an interesting... I'm going to pause for a second. Pausing in 3, 2, 1, pause. It's an interesting debate that they're bringing up that I wonder how they will explore as the film progresses. But I think as of now, we're meant to side with the feelings of Angela that she has the best interests of this relationship at heart. But I actually wonder if, and I know the movie Grease is meant to be parodying this to a certain degree, but while her sentiments, her feelings are the ones we're meant to relate to. I wonder if the film's going to take steps to explore that her mindset has been wrong, that though Bob is going about it the wrong way, he's correct that the relationship needs replenishment, needs its battery recharged, and the way to grant that is for her to take on a more of a sex pot persona, more of a hellion. I mean, that's like playfully what the movie wants to suggest, to titillate the audience, to allow us like a venue to explore, like pre-code Hollywood and all of that, the majesty of the seduction on screen. But in terms of like real life stuff and like the kind of like morals we take away from the movie, it does give me a bit of pause. I mean, ultimately, the movie is about, all of these movies are about like bringing couples together, and like philosophically, they're about synthesis, combining two opposing ideas. And I think that's just like kind of like a weird dynamic that's kind of like repeated oft, that the woman is right in the heart but wrong in the head, and the man is wrong in the heart but right in the head.
She who stops and waits will watch with dismay. Here it is now.
So can Kate Johnson sing? This is going to be a musical, right? She's been doing a lot of this kind of like,
I'm going to follow your song.
I don't know, slam poetry.
Oh, come on, let's do the number.
Okay, but make it snappy, because Squeeze Pop is coming soon.
Of course, she's showing off the legs. And for one, an early example of the blonde-brunette dynamic, but played oppositely from what contemporary audiences would expect. I don't know how to suggest this without sounding untoward, but I do wonder if they're leaning into also a kind of like Christian Jewish dynamic. She's like curly-haired brunette in the arts and entertainment. I don't think they're really going so far to suggest that Trixie is full-on Jewish or whatever, but they're like coding it that way. She does have nice legs. Woohoo!
Where's the Santa Claus?
And there he is. Let him in, Vic.
Trixie, I gotta see you for a minute. It's a matter of life and death.
Oh, don't tell me Bob has gone and died on
No,
me.
not that, but...
She's a gold digger. I hate the disconnect between the wide shots and the mediums or close-ups. It's just at the wrong angle.
Just surprised the little bride.
Little what?
So you're Trixie.
Nothing else but.
Of course you don't know me. I'm Bob Brooks' wife. My, what a sweet place. One just feels love in the air.
I'll open the window.
Ew! That line is disgusting! Oh my god! The things that they get away with. I love that this is written by women. It's so saucy.
Well, I'm just not going to leave until I know that you two turtle doves are comfy.
Go ahead and undress, Jimmy.
Good night, Turtle Dove.
Stay very quiet.
Jimmy.
Do not do anything.
Jimmy, who's in there with you?
This actress is so hot. I'm like going stir crazy.
Right over there.
Married 6 times, yeah. Yeah. That tracks.
Jimmy!
Happiness is just a thing called Joe.
Open this door! Oh. Come along, Jimmy. I'm not blind. I saw you going to fix this room.
Oh, Bob.
Come on, Jimmy. You're going to have a lot of explaining to do.
Oh, wait a minute. You see, there's nobody here at all. So,
Open that door.
Oh my god, this is actually a good switcheroo. I'm like actually shocked. It's so, I don't know, it's so elegant how simplistic. It kind of takes a long time getting there, but having the switch up be that Jimmy's in the room with Angela and Bob discovers them is so funny. It's like It's like Arrested Development.
The lame flirting.
Michael, of course, thought maybe was referring to Anne.
You know, I think he's going to get sick of her before it goes too
the
far.
car conversation between Maybe and George Mike and Michael Bluth.
At no point were Michael and Maybe talking about the same person, and there were only 4 people in their group.
It's just so elegant in its simplicity.
Go ahead. Explain.
Honestly, Bob, this isn't who you think it is. No? Get over my dead body.
Well, that suits me.
Bob, what are you doing here?
Christy. You big fully.
I loaned mine to Jimmy's girlfriend.
Jimmy.
Well, aren't you going to
No.
introduce us?
I can't. No, the truth is, the lady's married.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Her husband must be a sap.
Oh.
I am enjoying this now that all 4 of them are in the same room together. And it is placing like more of the comedic onus on what is to my mind perhaps the more comedically oriented performers.
What about Angela? Angela?
That old stick in the mud.
She doesn't know where I am, and she doesn't care.
So that's been the problem the entire time. He thinks that she doesn't care, when really she's cared so much. Can we just say that, like, Bob is an adulterer? He's a bigamist? It's really, you don't need to fight for him.
Oh, how can he like you?
I laugh when he does. I drink when he does. I give him a pow with lips to kiss and shoulders to hug.
He wants some hot, does he? All right, I'll give him a volcano.
Some like it
I'll have
hot.
to call out the whole fire department to put me out.
I'm interested at this point what DeMille sees in particular about Kay Johnson. Not that she's like a bad actress or anything. I think she's committed to a certain style. Oh my god! Look at that miniature! Oh my god! The American Fritz Lang. What a cool vestige of the 20s. Masquerade Ball. This is so fun. And this is like the interesting design. I haven't seen a lot of DeMille's works, but something that I've like had an impression of his works is that they're like usually bombastic. They're like huge. There's like overwhelming with like energy and verve, and especially people. But within that, there's like a certain kind of like constraint or structure to them that it feels like all of that massive energy and power is being constricted somehow, and maybe not in a like, and not even in a necessarily oppressive way, but that he likes keeping things like locked up to a certain degree, and he does that with the camera. He does that with like framing elements, making sure that nothing's ever like really breaking out of the screen.
You mean the power of modern spirit?
Oh dear, oh dear. I'm reminded of She once again. This looks exactly like the Daft Punk music video. It's like they just saw Metropolis. It's weird to see like what with like our like styles or trends of times like 2010s and seeing like a giant blue sky beam going up into the sky. There's something about watching like 30s movies, 30s musical movies, and the specific kind of choreography where the audience is just like overwhelmed and desirous to see just synchronized movement. It doesn't even necessarily have to be complex choreography, although there are times where it is. But people like seeing something that's a little bit closer to like circus than like ballet, which would be become more prevalent like in the 40s and 50s. This is the Eyes Wide Shut portion of the movie. Scandalous.
Well, if it isn't little Trixie.
How did you know me?
I recognize those hips anywhere.
Appendix scar. You see, I was her surgeon.
Oh. It's all right, darling.
Yeah, he was inside her, all right.
Are you a surgeon? No, I'm a stockbroker.
Do I see conjoined twins in there?
What eyes? What lips? Well, what am I been?
This is literally a white party turning into a freak out.
I am the spirit of innocent pride, because I'm proud of the fact that I've nothing
To hide?
Oh, the best bargain of all. And I hope you'll be able to answer the call.
This is simultaneously very fun and, like, genuinely disgusting. Just imagine this is just a fucking blimp full of Republicans. Okay. Okay, Angela. I do like the... You know what? I changed my mind. I do like the,
No, but I'm going to. Whoa, wait.
the shapes on the dress. It's very Iris Van Herpen. Don Giovanni. I just don't personally think Kay Johnson is, like, the perfect fit for this. She seems kind of like Rachel Berry-ish to me. I would like somebody who was a little bit more, I don't know, camp in this. Like, okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. We're gonna go over this like frame by frame later, a little bit later on. But it like the men just don't look attracted to her. She looks like she's doing a number, and they're like dutifully appreciating the number and not really her. Like, I do wonder. I would contrast with, like, what in my mind would be like Marlene Dietrich doing this kind of number. And she does similar numbers in a lot of her films, like in Blue Angel or in A Foreign Affair. And, like, the men and the women don't look, to my mind, as bored in those scenes. Yeah, there's, I know we're meant to, like, get, like, the character and, like, the heartbreak she feels and the defiance, and that's what is, like, at the tension of this performance, that she is letting herself loose, but in doing so regaining, like, a lot of control and captivating all of these men. But for me, it just feels like a little bit of, like, it's like a school project. I don't know how to describe it. It's not that she doesn't look, like, comfortable in it. It's like she looks comfortable to the point where there's, like, no danger to it. It doesn't feel alive or electric. She feels comfortable wearing this dress because she has, you know, skin tone tights on and stuff, and the men are never really gonna touch her, and it all just feels like controlled in a way that there's no risk involved in the performance, and so it doesn't feel, despite, like, a lot of the, like, raciness of the material, it does feel in the way that I kind of, like, describe my relationship with DeMille. It feels a little bit staid, and it feels a little bit presentational. It feels like you're never gonna go too far over the line with anything that happens. I mean, and that's, like, exemplified in Johnson's performance. I am interested that he originally wanted DeMille originally wanted Gloria Swanson in this, and I haven't seen many of her other roles, and I haven't seen any of her collaborations with DeMille, but like her performance in Zaza, I think like I could get a glimpse of like what he was going for or what he was imagining for this kind of role that I don't think that Kate Johnson is quite meeting up to. But you could see in like individual frames with these men that they have kind of like a soft focus on their eyes, like that they're not really paying attention to her. Like it feels like it's the 6th or 7th take of this, and they're kind of like going through the motions, and she's kind of going through the motions, and they know that their background and the important players in the scene are Johnson and Denny. And so there's even like, this is fine. A lot of background actors do this kind of stuff all the time, but I just kind of noticed it because I was taken out of the performance. You could actually see like when they're walking in unison, you can see one actor kind of just like look to the side a little bit just to make sure, whatever he was making sure, that he's not stepping on somebody else's foot, or that the scene was still going or whatever, or there was a pigeon behind the camera. Whatever may have happened, he was out of it, and I feel like that energy carries for a lot of what I'm seeing in these performers, in these men, that they're not really so captivated. This actress, Kate Johnson, is the mother of James Cromwell? What the hell? I can kind of see it in the face.
Hey, once I kiss them, they're mine.
I can't help just seeing James Cromwell's face now.
From any other. Maybe you look too far away, monsieur. And all the time, the one you want is very near you. Ever.
Is she gonna
Anywhere with you would be heaven.
BDSM him?
Oh.
How about the cold wives?
Oh, there are no wives in hell. They get their punishment on this earth. You are in love with love.
Oh, please take it off.
Oh, no, please don't. Oh, I'm so sure you would be disappointed. You see, I am not the devil I pretend.
These scenes go on a little bit too long.
Silly woman.
But you said just now that heaven was love.
Love. Such a little word for such a big thing.
Ooh, storms are brewing. That's cool. I wasn't expecting this kind of development, honestly. I thought they'd just get off of the blimp and have a boring resolution in a drawing room somewhere. What a weird entryway into this shot. What even is going on? What a weird entryway. Cecil. So why schedule this party on this night? She's just a creeper. She's just a creeper. She can't get off these walls. He just has such rapey energy to him. Just like not a likable male lead at all. And I get all this is to like lead to showing him off as a buffoon, but he's like not nice to his wife. He's not nice to strangers, clearly. What's to like about this guy?
I'm going to give you the kind of love you're used to.
Jesus Christ.
You've had your laugh. Now I'm going to have mine.
All right. Laugh.
We need to get a divorce right now. These two are so toxic. Just neither of them seemed like really good partners for anyone.
Bob, I don't want your respect. I want you to love me as I love you.
As you love me.
Oh, here we go again with the despondent housewife. Oh. The chances of that happening. I mean, I guess Hindenburg. This is not the ending I was expecting. Yeah, I could see now why this movie may have fallen out of public favor after 1937.
famous crashing to the ground, not quite to the mooring mast. All the humanity and all the fans just screaming around it.
It's not really, this is not how I expected this musical comedy to end. This is going to be an insurance nightmare for this company.
I don't want your husband. I want to perish you. Well, you want this one? Promise never to see my husband again.
Just too much of this acting. This is so weird. I love that the movie is ending this way. I think the individual scenes are a little bit too slow, but the idea of the spectacle of this, the weird energy it brings, I think it's lovely. I think DeMille's desire for pyrotechnics to elevate the stakes as the movie continues has really, I don't know, it's a weird place for this movie to be, but it's playing to his strengths. This is actually something that I'm liking a bit more, and I feel like it's a little bit more carefree and loose, but actually much more, even more structured and even more designed, that DeMille felt, for me, a little bit constrained by the musical comedy conceit of this, that tone, and now when allowed to do a disaster movie, he's kind of flourishing and just doing everything he wants. So, while this is, a tonal mess and not really fitting for the stakes that this movie presented previously, I think this is beautifully playing to some of DeMille's strengths and things he would develop further into the sound and into the color era. This is so cool. This is so well designed. I actually love this section, even though it's not at all the audience that would go to see a musical comedy wouldn't necessarily be looking for this kind of sequence. just DeMille. He is like a modern director. As much as I don't like this genre, and I don't like the DeMille movies that I've seen, he is the precursor to everything that we look for in action, in spectacle, in just edge of your seat cinema, American cinema. All of the most surface level, superficial, non-psychological ways that we can bring spectacle to an audience, he formalized those tactics. There's nothing psychological about it, and that's fine. Nobody else could have done it before him, and everyone who did it after him is imitating him in some way. We're literally doing a crashing sequence, montage, that's that has the same pacing, the same tone as the rocket ship sequence in Austin Powers. Literally the same format, the same structure in a 1930 film that we would see in a 1996 film. I think that's amazing. That's it's a sensibility that I don't like, but it is amazing to see that sensibility in a director in 1930.
I come here every week to get rid of
It's literally Austin Powers. It's so well done.
Hello, everybody. Jolly party, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think while I'm happy this movie exists and is as bizarre as it is, honestly, I think I don't know, it does commit the sin of putting us in a place of of synthesis of satisfaction at the end, that at last she's won back her husband. There's nothing redeemable at all about Bob in this, about Reginald Denny's character. I guess because you know, he's the husband, he's the head of the household, that has to be respected. But like, in terms of how they've written his relationships, I do feel like these writers and this filmmaker are very much not on Bob's side. He's cruel to his wife, he's cruel to his friend, he's like on the verge of raping a stranger. Some of this could be attributed to like aw shucks conventions of a comedy and just pushing the character to its logical limit or illogical limit as the genre goes. But yeah, from my point of view, these two are like not really good for each other or good for any potential partner, as it turns out. A lot of self-victimization on the part of Angela, and I don't even know if I'd be I feel comfortable calling her that, because Bob definitely victimizes her. So I don't know, but I guess he didn't previous to this encounter. I mean, he is like stepping out and stuff, but that's not like, he's not bringing that into their dynamic exactly. It's difficult to hash out. Yeah, this was extravagant. I was expecting this to be a more subdued production from DeMille, and to have it become so raucous, so insane in the second half, and the last third was just was really spectacular. I didn't know that like he did drawing room comedies earlier in his career. I haven't really seen any DeMille films, but you can definitely see the like launching pad from like the previous era of DeMille into what will be the next era of DeMille. Probably the wackiest semi-musical comedy, romance, drama, disaster film you're likely to encounter in this lifetime. I do think that captures the tone, that it's like incredulous if you describe it out loud, that it tries to balance all these different elements together. I guess that's the kind of filmmaker DeMille is. And it if you're seeking a film experience that is more, this is definitely a great prototype to that. I'm amazed by how tightly shot and edited the Zeppelin sequences, and just all of them, the socialites descending onto the unsuspecting New Yorkers. It really is something in terms of its editing pace that would not feel out of whack in the end of the 21st century as opposed to the beginning of it. It's astounding work. This is just a bizarre film, and I've really warmed up to it much more, having watched the whole thing. Yeah, that was Madam Satan. What a weird movie. Captivating, entrancing, puzzling. Let me know if you've seen this movie, if you have any thoughts on it, if there are any other DeMille films you'd like to recommend. And in the meantime, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. And until next time, keep watching good movies.